Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. Today we're going to be watching some more First Take. Lakers played last night, lost to the Kings 120-107. A couple stats here. Rui Hachimura had 20, LeBron 18, 13, and 9. 2 for 8 from the 3. He shot a couple threes here. AD 20 and 10, 22 and 10, 7 for 18 from the field, shot 39%. LeBron shot 38% from the field. Austin Reeves had 28. He was playing well at the beginning of the game. He did get hot, but we just stopped feeding him the ball. Yeah. D'Angelo Russell, 6 points, 6 assists, 2 for 9 from the field. He shot 22%, 1 for 4 from the 3. Overall, not a good game. Off the bench, our high-scoring man was 7 with Taurean Prince. He has 7 points. And then we have 4 points from Jackson Hayes and 2 from Max Christie. 0 from Spencer Dinwiddie. Another great game from our trade. Yeah, bro, just more Lakers shit. Let's check out the main team stats here. Kings went 19 for 41 from the 3. Lakers went 14 for 32. That's 46% from the Kings and 44, for the Lakers. Let's see what else we have here. Close on the offensive rebound battle, 9-7. Sacramento. Defensive rebounds close as well, 35-31. Sacramento. Points off a turnover, 17-13, with Sacramento having 17. It's just those 3-pointers, man. Just the 3-pointers. It seems like AD has issues guarding quote-unquote skill big men, such as Seguin, Sabonis, Jokic, people who can make plays out of the high post or the box. That's just hard for, I guess, him to deal with, and the team to deal with. They draw so much that when it is time to make a play, we just can't make that play. So, yeah, interesting game. Rui Hachimura, he continues to play well. He's scoring. He's being aggressive. He's playing both sides of the ball, which is great to see as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got on the game. Is there anything else? AD was missing a couple mid-range jump shots. I wish that was a little bit more efficient. He shot like maybe 3 or 4 that were just wide open or great shots and they just missed. But that happens, so I can't be horribly mad at that. What else? Yeah, I think that's all. Just not enough offensive firepower to keep up. When D'Angelo Russell is having games like that, we're not going to win many of them. Yeah, bro. Not a good look. We should be beating the Kings. The Kings are a playoff team. We're fighting for playoff play-in contention, and this is one of the teams that are in that same boat right now, but they're winning. So we need to figure it out. Let's go ahead and get started. See what they got to say.
Can we just start with the fact that Sabonis is 10-0 against AD in his career?
Sure.
That's one of the most amazing stats going
That's
in
interesting.
the league right now. Swept him this year. By the way, over the last 2 years, guys, Kings are 7-1 against the Lakers. Like, they have owned this matchup. And let's start with just have some truths about the Lakers. Let's just be honest about where they are as a team right now. Okay, they are in a tie essentially for 10th place because they're tied with the Warriors in the loss column. I know they have a couple more wins, but they're all going to play the same amount of games, and right now they're tied. Okay, they are now way back of the 6th seed and have completely been whitewashed in the tiebreaker by the Kings. They're also behind the Mavericks in the tiebreaker and by 2 games in the loss column for 8. So I'm telling you, the 6th seed has sailed. Goodbye, sayonara, you're going to be in the play-in. The other thing I'm going to say is that if you're a Lakers fan, I would now advise you to start to root for the Kings just about every game because you don't want to face the Kings in a one-off situation. I know that the Lakers have had success in one-off situations in this modern era. They were start to root for the
so that is true. They usually win those one-game important games, but I don't see them doing it this year. I don't see them being able to really beat any of these teams. Maybe the Warriors. As long as Clay is playing bad, I think the Warriors are just going to struggle. I don't think we beat the Kings as we've seen before. But we could probably beat the Suns. They're pretty jumbled. They're not really playing to their best efficiency. The Mavs, I think they're just going to be a hard team to beat, but they don't really have any true rim protection, so we could make a push for that. But I have zero faith in the Lakers, bro. Just zero faith in them. I don't think they are consistent enough. Even if we do win the plan, I feel like it's just going to be maybe a 5-game series, honestly. It's just not fun to watch, and it's just like we're hanging in there for a few quarters, and they're just running out of gas. Almost sluggish, like how we come out, play well towards the beginning, and then we just fall apart. And that's happened a couple times here. But, just like I stated every single Lakers video, if we do not have a shot creator or another defensive big man who can let AD take a break sometimes, and then we're just going to lose. And unfortunately, in the West, there's a couple teams that do have scoring or skill big men, and every single time we face up to them, it's just a loss. It is, but that's because we didn't make any good trades. Made 0 good trades. Rui is developing, but is he going to give us 30, which is what we're going to need to hang with some of these guys? We need him to get 30, or D'Angelo Russell needs to play well. That's the problem. He's not consistent enough to where that we can actively rely on a playoff playing D'Angelo Russell. He's not consistent enough. He's not. And I like how Austin Reeves is playing on the offensive side, but he gets attacked on the defensive side consistently. That's also an issue. We can't really play Jared Vanderbilt or Cam Reddish because they have 0 offensive mind. And they've been out, but it's just not a good look. Not a good look, and not a lot of faith.
The Kings just about every game because you don't want to face the Kings in a one-off situation. I know that the Lakers have had success in one-off situations in this modern era. They were 3-0 in the in-season tournament. LeBron's led wins in a couple of in-season tournament games. You don't want to face the Kings. You want the Kings to get the 6th seed because you actually have a chance to beat the Suns. They've got 3 wins against the Suns this year. The size difference is huge for them. They don't have to see Domantas Sabonis. And let me just make a quick aside. Sabonis not making the All-Star game ain't looking so good for the people who voted for it.
Yeah,
don't worry,
it was crazy.
The big bag media will solve it, and we'll put him on the All-NBA team. But that remains embarrassing, the way this guy is dominating. But back to the Lakers. They're now in a situation where I will tell you they got a must-win game on Saturday against the Warriors, because if you break down the tiebreak, this game will probably give the Lakers the edge in the tiebreak. They have 2 games left and it's 1-1. Both games are in LA, but you get into layers 2 and 3 of the tiebreak. If the Lakers win this game on Saturday, they'll be in a tiebreak situation. I think they'll get it. And the reason that's important, guys, is we're now looking at who's going to have home court for a 9-10 game. I don't see how the Lakers are getting out of it.
Hurry up, bro.
And
damn, he gonna talk the whole entire fucking segment? It's only been like 3 minutes. But yeah, this is another must-win coming up against the Warriors. Can they perform? I know I've always been critical of their must-win performances because they never do it, and they never win in must-wins. It's not consistent enough to where I'm just like, okay, this is something that we do well. It's not. We can't find that consistent scoring. We can't find easy buckets when they're given to us. We take a lot of bad shots. We can't be offensively consistent for 4 quarters. We get like 2 strong quarters of offense and then 1 mediocre and then 1 where it's a coin flip. Either we don't show up or we score quite well. There's too many what ifs with this Lakers team still. And we've had this going on for the past 3 years. I feel like it's too many question marks. We end up sort of bringing it back towards the end, but how many times do we need to do that? How many times is it a last push before we push all of our energy and then we lose just because of bad play? That's just how it's been. But I think that's all I got. I mean, let me go ahead and see what what else do they got to say on the Lakers right now. I don't really want to talk about Utah. I hate the Celtics, even though I do think the Celtics might have like the best team right now. But yeah, so let's go ahead and see what else. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Just with the eye test, say they're going to get the number 1 seed. They have far and away the easier schedule between them, the Wolves, and the Thunder coming in. The Wolves don't have Karl Towns. I think the Nuggets, who are killers at home and want home court throughout the West playoffs, I think they're getting the 1. So I think the Lakers are fighting with the Warriors for home court in the 9-10, praying that the Kings aren't in the 7-8 so that they don't have to potentially see them in the next round, and then potentially facing a rematch with a team that they also can't beat, which is the Denver Nuggets. And before I hand it off, Molly, one more thing.
Oh, I love it.
A year ago in March, I was saying, and a lot of other people who were watching closely were saying that the Lakers did have a chance to do something in the postseason. And the reason we believe that, even though they were a worse team by record than this year's team, is because after they made those trade deadline moves, they were great, and I mean great, on the defensive end of the court. And that was what carried them through the play-in, through those first couple of rounds. They were really, really good. Over the last 15 games, the Lakers are 29th in the league in defense. And to be honest with you, I probably should have led with that and just handed the ball off and said, I don't have anything else more to say.
Yeah, that's always been the Lakers' issue, is identity. You know, we brought all of these defenders in, they got hurt, and now we don't know what type of team we want to be. But yeah, he said
the only team worse over the last 15 games.
I just didn't want to look at his face like that. Who's this nigga? But yeah, bro, it's just not a good look. I've been saying that for a while. Just like, this team is just inconsistent. No identity. Can't score. Can't defend. When AD is out, or when we're playing against a Sabonis or a Jokic, our like defense just tanks even more. Just bad team. It's just a bad team, bad roster from top to bottom. If we make it out of the play-in, then we're most likely either playing against the Nuggets OKC or the Timberwolves. Hopefully, we do get the Timberwolves because they have some injuries. But if not, we may make it out of the play-in. But it will just be a first round exit, and that's not a successful season either, in my opinion, for this Lakers team, because this Lakers team has been touted to win championships, or even make it at least to the conference finals. In my opinion, that is how you know that your team was a success, is if your team was competitive all year and competitive through the playoffs, make it sort of deep in the playoffs, that is a successful year. This team is not good enough to have a successful year. I've been saying that since day one, that this roster is not a winning roster. This is not a championship roster. It's just not a good team. Not a good team. But that's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know why I had a hard time saying that. We do have a stream coming at 750 subscribers. Also, become a member. Hit that link in the description below. You get some cool stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.